we are presented by Swill Dog, as you can see, the finest hard cider in all of the world, made right in Franklin, West Virginia. It is a West Virginia brand, and they make West Virginia proud. Get swilled.
Get swilled.
Responsibly, of course. We're also brought to you by Shrinkables.
Shrinkables.
Sandwich U, located on 461 High Street. They are the king of the fat sandwich. Make sure you tell them that the Raspy Boys kids sent you when you show up. George Daniels and Mr. Chris Neal himself. That is Truck Neal himself. Y'all got to go check them out. They're also in the stadium. They were at WVU football all year. Go find them. And finally, we're brought to you by Astor Auto, the finest automotive dealer in all of the state of West Virginia. When you want a quality ride, excellent experience, and to be driven in class, you go to Astor Auto. The man with the plan is Mr. Jamie Spears. And then, of course, Jamie, tell us about Jim.
Jim. My dude, your dude, our dude, Jim Ashley, the quintessential businessman, soon to be, kind of be already. We saw you in Canada, world traveler. Shout out to you.
Shout out to you. College football playoff selections 1 through 4. Brandon Phoenix, a.k.a. I Also Hate Pitt, and Jeremy J. and Fiend Phoenix. We're about to get to it. We're going to tell you who the college football playoffs decided would be the top 4. And then we're going to tell you why we hate each one of those teams.
Yes.
Why we hate is back.
It's back. It's back on the back. I'm excited about this. I'm
excited about it too. So number 1, undefeated Alabama Rolling Tide.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. The Crimson Tide comes in at number 1, 13-0 SEC champions, SEC West and SEC overall. Absolute juggernaut, but we hate them.
We hate Alabama.
Why do we hate Alabama, Jeremy?
How much time we got?
Let's see.
No, I mean, the truth is, Alabama, first of all, the reason why I hate Alabama is because it's unfair. Let's be for real.
It's unfair.
A freaking NFL team.
You won't give us a break. Tell me about Roy, Jeremy.
King Saber won't come home.
King Saber won't come home. That's the other problem we have with it. But we'll talk about that in a second.
My real problem with Alabama is before the year starts, you are given 1 year, one loss. Even with a loss, you already know you're in.
Yeah, Alabama.
It doesn't matter.
Even if they don't win their
Every
conference.
single year, don't win your conference. If you only have one loss, you are in. No other team in the country, other than maybe Notre Dame, can say that.
Ohio State usually, but even this year they got left out. So
No,
right. It's just Bama.
I think it's like, yeah, that's right. Bama is the only team. Bama, you have one loss, it's okay. You have to lose 2 times before you count Bama out.
Yeah.
Stop it. That's why we hate you.
That's why we hate you. The other thing is what Dabo Sweeney said. When it comes to college football, it's Alabama and Roy. Who's Roy, Jeremy?
It's
the rest of y'all. Dabo said it right.
Love
it's
Dabo.
Bama and the rest of y'all. Truthfully, as we get to number 2, we'll see why that's not all the way true, but that's how we feel. The college football playoff selection and college football coverage and college football recruits have made it clear it's Alabama and the rest of y'all. I hate it. I hate them. I hate your mother. I hate everything about you guys. I hate that we can't compete. And when I say we, I mean the rest of college football.
Everybody else in college football. No, that's what it is. Since the beginning of the year, we've known it's Alabama and the rest of y'all.
And then 3 more people. And the thing about that is, people want to sit there and say, yeah, you got some big boys. Big boys, really? How many times has Georgia beaten Alabama in the last decade?
No, that's what's so funny. People are like, oh, wait till a real team. They don't play anybody. When they do play somebody, that's what they do to them.
They always win.
They win. It's a W. What are you going to say?
And when they don't win, they murder you, basically.
Yeah.
The SEC is 6-65 in their last 71 games against Alabama. It's not fair. People want to chant SEC, or say it just means more. Yeah, it means more to Alabama.
New chant is Bama, 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 Bama.
Y'all riding on those elephant tusks. You're riding on the back of that elephant.
But let me tell you a real reason why I hate Alabama.
Let's hear it.
Bama, you don't ever play a real out-of-conference road game.
Never.
Where is it?
What people always want to say, they'll try to say that there really is one. But like Jeremy will tell you, it's a neutral site.
It's a neutral site. You go to the Cowboy Stadium. You go to Atlanta. You never have to go into somebody else's stadium, play in their place with their fans at night.
And they're banned with your sequester somewhere up in the top corner like Virginia Tech does.
That's right. You get a little corner, little section. Come to Morgantown. Well, don't come to Morgantown. But
no, we can talk about it. We can talk about it. We got to. The only person we want to come to Morgantown is King Saban. King Saban, you're a mountaineer. You're born and bred in West Virginia. Best friend, whoa, great friends, with Joe Manchin. You know where you should be. But where are you? Tuscaloosa. Now, I know it seems like he wants to be there, guys. I know it does. But have any of you ever heard of Stockholm Syndrome? That is clearly what Nick Saban is dealing with. He's been kidnapped, forced to sign a contract multiple times that he does not want to, and Bama has indoctrinated him. He wants to come home. Look in his eyes. He'll tell you.
I want to come home.
He wants to come home. And you won't let him. That's why we hate Alabama.
Too far.
Wait, still singing unnecessary. 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 I'm about to say why I hate Jeremy singing, but that is not the point. That's why we hate.
Jordan, take Curry off.
No, that's why by itself. That is why we hate Alabama. We hate the Crimson Tide. We hate you.
That's right.
Also, what does the Crimson Tide have to do with elephants?
Nothing.
All right. So Jeremy. Oh, also, you guys play FCS teams in November.
That's right. No. Multiple FCS teams.
But anyway.
For Pete's sake, stop it.
Number 2, Clemson Tigers. Again, 13-0, undefeated. All 5 of their starting defensive linemen on the first team All ACC team. Absolute juggernaut in the playoffs again, yet again. But I hate Clemson. You know why I hate Clemson?
No, talk about it.
Because you have a cooler entrance than us. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of you getting to touch Howard's Rock. I'm tired of you getting to come through the stands. I hate it. I'm tired of it, and I hate it. And there are no Tigers in South Carolina anyway. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a stupid name, stupid mascot, just like there are no elephants in Alabama. Tigers they're not indigenous to South Carolina, so that right by itself. Also, you're not your state university. Your name is Clemson. What's that have to do with South Carolina?
Nothing.
That's right. Nobody knows who you are. You don't even know where you're from if you just say Clemson. The other problem I have with you, Clemson, is what kind of name is Dabo? Dabo? Dabo's not a good name. It's a made-up name. Nate, tell me somebody you know. Jeremy, seriously, do you know anybody named Dabo?
I don't know.
I never even read in a book, never seen it on a movie. There's nobody named Dabo, okay? I hate Clemson because your coach is named Dabo.
So now the brains went off on that. Let me tell you about some real stuff. I hate Clemson. Because look at the ACC. Everybody's like, oh, definitely Alabama's in, definitely Clemson. Who have you beat, Clemson? Who's in? The ACC is so garbage, it's not even funny.
Putrid.
There's 2 teams. This huge conference with all kinds of history, and you have 2 teams that are ranked?
16. They have 16 teams in their conference.
2 teams that are ranked.
Number 20, Syracuse.
And Clemson, you. Who else you got? Think about who you played. You played that team up north, that cesspool to the north, in a championship game when they had a garbage schedule. Why? Because the ACC is garbage. Yet you get so much respect. The only time you played a real team from the Bama. You won by 2 points, 28-26 over Texas A&M. That's what I'm saying. Like, you got talent, yes. You look good, yes. You are not Alabama. Sit down. Well, actually, I guess Dabo did say that. It's Bama and the rest of y'all. But I don't think he really believes it. He just says it to hype up his team.
That's my thing.
But you should believe it, because it is. It's Bama and the rest of y'all.
The other problem I have with Clemson, you are not the real Death Valley. The real Death Valley is either in California or is in the Bayou. Baton Rouge.
Get your Ed Georgia on.
Yeah. So don't tell me about you guys being the real Death Valley. You know you're not. Stop it. For Pete's sake, stop it.
For Pete's sake, stop it.
Number 3, Notre Dame.
No. But you had something else about Clemson. About how we were on par with them.
Oh.
Yeah. No, speak about it, because this is for Mountaineer fans.
We beat you 70-33.
Whipped you.
We beat the brakes off you.
Tavon, all day.
70 is not just our speed limit.
Aren't you glad we won?
We were the next kings in line. We were going to take the next step. We were going to be the next ones at the peak. We had Dana. We had 10 wins. We were going to the Big 12. And that didn't happen for us. But now you guys have anointed yourself as royalty.
I feel like Fredo. I was passed over.
It's not.
I'm smart.
You guys, nobody even says Clemsoning anymore.
No, that's dead.
Clemsoning's dead. Dabo killed it with his fake name.
Yeah.
And now you guys are part of Bama and Clemson, and the rest of us, Roy. You guys aren't part of Roy. We're part of Roy, and I hate it. And you get to play a 7-5 team in your ACC championship.
Get all the recruits.
Yeah.
Get 2 quarterbacks. Freshman quarterback starting. Last year you had a beast, but you had Bryant, who's a beast of a quarterback, and this year you got another guy that replaced him.
Yeah. No, I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. It's ridiculous. You took Sammy Watkins from us. I hate that too. The last thing I'll say is, when you play a team that's 7-5, and they have more punts than they have passing yards, you shouldn't get to claim your conference.
No.
Or if you claim a conference championship, it shouldn't count as a 13th data point. All right, now on to number 3. Notre Dame. Now, Notre Shame, Notre Lame, Notre Dame, whatever you want to call them, it's the Fighting Irish. And we hate them. The reason I hate them, well, the reasons.
Nah, it's a long
The
list.
plethora, as Stephen A. Smith would say, of reasons is you guys aren't even in a conference. Yet you get treated as if you're a conference champion. Because you went 12-0.
You do, yeah.
You're basically an ACC affiliate. You play a weak ACC schedule the same way that Clemson did, but you don't blow them out of the water like Clemson did for most of the teams they played. You beat Pitt, 7-5 Pitt, 8 passing yards, but 9 punts. Pitt, you beat them by 5 points. You beat Ball State by 8 points. That's pathetic. You guys are absolutely pathetic.
And the thing is, as Mountain fans, we've hated Notre Dame for a long time.
Long time.
We think back to 1989 when we won the national championship, but you got fortunate to hurt our quarterback.
Yes, intentionally, I'm sure.
We hate Notre Dame. The reason why, it's funny when this starts getting real.
Yeah.
The reason why I hate you, Notre Dame, is because every single year you come in, like Texas, with the benefit of the doubt.
Yes.
You're always in the top 10. They're back. Notre Dame's back. Texas is back. They say that every year. Until you prove that you are not back, till you prove you are garbage, they give you the benefit of the doubt. And why? Wow. Who else gets that benefit of the doubt? Think about it. In recent history, why do you deserve that? I know you're Notre Dame. I know your history. But in recent history, you've done nothing to deserve.
I don't know, Jeremy. I mean, Brian Kelly yells at his team like they're a bunch of, like he's his alcoholic stepdad who's not happy with his life.
No, he's
had a bad day and he comes home and he yells till he's red in the face cussing, which is not a Notre Dame thing to do. You would think you guys are supposed to be all pious.
I saw one spoof that said I think it was talking about Jim Harbaugh, but it works for Brian Kelly too. Brian Kelly looks like the guy who yells at his wife for not getting the right answer during this category.
No, I'm telling you, I'm going with alcoholic stepdad who's not happy with his life and yells at his kids, yells at his stepchildren when they come in, and then they yell back, "You're not my real dad." That's what happens. Okay, I'm sure that's what happens. The other thing I don't like about Notre Dame, as far as I'm concerned, is that you want your cake and you want to eat it too. You want to talk about how great you are as an academic institution, and then you get upset when your team doesn't do what you want, which is go undefeated and win the national championship every single year. But you can't have your cake and eat it too. You either have to lower your academic standards, or you're going to have to deal with the fact that you're not the great Notre Dame that you used to be. Yeah. You're going to get embarrassed in the college football playoff. Most people will tell you that you really don't belong there. You don't have the pedigree of these other teams, but you're going to get the payout like you do.
Yeah.
You don't have to share any of yours because you're not a part of a conference. So you get the benefits of not being in a conference, say getting all the money, your own television contract, but you don't have any of the baggage of having to deal with sharing your money, going, all the other things that every other school has to do. And you lead people on, like you led the Big East on. You're leading the ACC on.
And I mean, honestly, think about this year. What have you done? You beat Michigan. Michigan, I feel like is very overrated, but fine, they're highly ranked. But think about it. What, you beat USC? USC's garbage. You beat them by 7 points.
Absolute garbage.
Pitt, you beat by 5 points.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt, you beat by 5 points. Ball State, you beat by 8. What did you really do?
Yeah.
I know you're solid on offense and you're solid on defense. Solid offense, solid on defense gets you whipped against Clemson. That's what's going to happen. They showed a stat. We all watched it because we were all ready for the college football final, the Final Four, and they said Notre Dame would be, according to Vegas betting books, would be an underdog against Georgia, Ohio State, and Oklahoma. But you know what? You got in at the number 3 spot.
That's why we hate Notre Dame. Number 4, Oklahoma. You know why I hate Oklahoma, Jeremy?
Talk to him.
Because when you yell Boomer, somebody always has to yell
Sooner.
I hate it. I hate their stupid fight song. And you play it for everything. That's a 3-yard game. Oklahoma on the tackle. Stop. You play your song too much. It's annoying. And it's celebrating, like the rest of you guys, the fact that you steal land. I'm sorry. Last I checked, stealing was bad. But you named your entire state the Sooner State. Proud of yourselves for going in, stealing land that didn't belong to you. And you come and you steal our conference. You won 4 straight Big 12 championships.
But
did you really deserve
it? And that's the thing. You won 4 straight Big 12 championships. And like I said, this is where we get real again. Why I hate you, Oklahoma, is because you want to be the banner league in the Big 12 and you win 4 straight championships. And you're supposed to be, all right, I'll say, you're supposed to be our juggernaut, the team that represents us, our big boys.
Big dog.
But in the last 15 years, you know what you've done? You haven't won it all. All the talent, all the beating everybody else in the Big 12. And when you get on the big stage, I was gonna say another phrase.
Nope.
But you shrink back.
You shrink back.
We'll say you shrink back. Get back. And that's what happens.
Or you have a game that you could have won against Georgia, and then suddenly your coaches get conservative.
No,
never get conservative against the rest of us. But suddenly when you're playing Georgia, you get conservative. You get scared. You play scared. And
that's why I hate them. Another reason why I hate Oklahoma is because I don't know what's in the water down there in Norman. But the quarterbacks you produce, maybe they're great, but they're so arrogant. They're
arrogant.
Like, you're the one who brought this to my attention about Kyler.
No, somebody tried to argue with me the other day that saying Kyler.
We can't stand Baker, but we also now can't stand Kyler.
I can't stand Kyler.
And that's not, you may think, well, a student athlete who's getting all this pub, who's doing all these things, who's going to be the Heisman race. Does Tua seem like that to you?
No, Tua's humble.
Does Jalen Hurts? Okay, that's a little.
Tua's father made sure he would never get to be mad about nothing. Kyler's father could learn something. Tua's father, because Tua's father don't play.
I'm just saying, but even Will Grier was in the Heisman candidate, area.
So humble.
And you listen, they are Oklahoma's quarterback. I don't know what happens to him.
I don't know what it is,
but I hate Oklahoma. Because you got some arrogant jerks. That's what you are.
And Jordan is a basketball brand, okay? You and Michigan, just so you know.
I'll take it. What?
What else do we hate about them? Ohio University is a real OU.
And we also, okay. I ain't a little too far. But here's the truth. Like we said it, everybody says, but you couldn't stop a nosebleed, okay? So
your defense is terrible.
Your defense, I know nobody really cares about that.
And who has ever called of an excessive blocking penalty?
No. We'll get back to the excessive blocking penalty. But here's the thing about your defense being terrible. And coach, what's his name?
Riley?
No,
Ruffin McNeil?
That we were on with. Tony Creedy and Coach.
Yeah.
Coach was bringing it out. He was breaking down the rankings between defensive backs, high quality defensive backs, high quality linebackers, 5-star defensive linemen. It doesn't make sense. How can you have that much talent and be that garbage on defense? If it costs you another national championship, you know what I'm gonna say? That's what you do. You shrink back in the biggest moments.
You fire Stoops, you get McNeil, your players talk trash about their old coach, and you still stink on defense. And who's ever heard of an excessive blocking penalty?
Oh, my.
Who's ever heard of an excessive blocking penalty?
Let's get back to it.
No, wait, you've never in your life, I'm telling you, you watch Pee Wee football, you watch junior high, you watch middle school, high school, you watch college, you watch pros, you watch Arena League, you watch Canadian League. In my 35 years of life, I have never, ever seen an excessive blocking penalty called. I've never heard it on the radio. I've never seen it on Sports Center. Not only did they call it after we had a big run. It changed the complete complexion of the game.
It did.
During that series, you end up getting a scoop and score for a touchdown instead of us just quarterback sneaking or running with our backs into the end zone. It changed the whole game. It gave you guys a 3-point win. So we're not Big 12 champions. You're Big 12 champions. Really? Seems ridiculous. It's why I hate OU. I hate it. I hate your DNA. OU DNA. I hate that. I hate hashtag OU DNA. I hate Lincoln Riley tweeting pictures of just eyeballs. I hate it. What are you, 17?
Do you know another thing I hate? You know another thing I've never seen?
What?
In the history of playing football, now granted, maybe this may not be your fault, but in the history of college football, I've seen probably 1 trillion horns down. And I know I should hate Texas for this, but I hate OU for it too, because how many times have you done it?
Yeah.
Hundreds of times.
Without repercussion.
We get flagged for it. We have to kick from the 5-yard line and give the other team the opportunity to win. How in the world has this never been brought to the table? Well, finally they decided to throw a flag on it. But you didn't get called for it. You know why? Because they give you the benefit of the doubt. You hit our dude in the ear. Sims, straight up, helmet-to-helmet contact. Should have been targeting, thrown out the game. But you know what didn't happen? Not even a flag. They said they reviewed it, but just garbage.
How could you review it? Crown of helmet into the ear hole.
Yeah.
Feet left the ground because he launched.
Yeah.
Didn't even make an attempt to wrap up. Players concussed. Plenty of time to see it. No penalty called.
I hate OU to wrap this up all in all, because you can win the Big 12, but I guarantee you're going to lose to Alabama. And you may say, oh, well, it's Alabama, but last year you lost to Georgia.
You're the Kansas of football.
You can't finish.
You're the Big 12's Kansas of football. You can't finish. We hate. And by the way, that does it. That's why we hate college football playoffs Final Four. But we'll still be watching.
And we hate Syracuse.